Hello, it's Emma Jo here from Lavinia Stamps, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to be a fun guy, how to have fun finding your harmony. Well, I'm going to show you how to create a card anyway. So the first thing we need to do is get some A6 multifarious card, your Series 9 stencil brush, and some Elements Ink Sundance, and we are going to create basically a very light yellow background. It's really the top 2/3 of this card. There we go. And now we're going to just add some touches of Elements Ink confetti. Again, we're going to use a very light touch and just do little patches. Just creates a bit of warmth, doesn't it? Next, Blue Atoll. Load it up on your Series 9 stencil brush and just create a frame going up and around the top 2/3 of your card. And I'm going to take just that bit down to the bottom on the sides. So that was our Blue Atoll. And if you want to, you can add just a light touch of it again onto the yellow. Next, your book stamps, and we're going to stamp them all along the bottom where our mice are going to take up dancing. Now I'm going to start on the right hand side and just build my design from right to left. So lovely, these stamps. All the details there for you. Next we're going to add our mice. So I've got Basil and Bibi, the one playing the trumpet, and I think this is Tilly and Tango. But any of the dancing mice would be great. So I'm just going to ink up and have them playing their trumpet somewhere on the right hand side. So line it up. The joy of polymer stamps and acrylic blocks is they're see-through, so you can see what's going on below. And there we go, one trumpet playing mouse. And let's add a rather happy looking dancing mouse. So you can see they're sort of in the centre bit, but not quite. What I'm trying to do now is make sure that we've done all our stamping. So we're going to create a little frame using the Christmas mistletoe. Vary the height of your mistletoe and the angle that you're stamping it. There is one more thing to stamp, some musical notes. Now I'm using the small musical notes to create a wonderful feeling of party. There we go. So that's all our stamping done. Now on to the watercolour pencils. We're going to do the books first. Now for this, what I try and do is use 2 colours on each book, but let's just start with one at a time. This is my red. And I'm going to pick a few books along this stack to have this red colouring. And what's lovely is because they've got this wonderful banding on them, you can play about with those colours and put them along the banding. Okay, so that's my red. Now, I'll add another colour. I'm going to go with a green. Doesn't have to be every single one that has that colouring. Let's go with orange, shall we? Okay. Okay, this is my blue. Now I don't want this to be too dark a blue, so I'm just using it lightly. A little bit of pink, and I'm adding that to one of my red books. And then finally, some yellow and some pea green. So that's my books. I am going to add a little bit of water to some watercolour brushes and just give a little bit of a smooth to my colour here. Right, so I'm going to be using the Kuretake Gem colours, and these are lovely watercolours with a touch of metallic to them. So we're going to go in with some violet, gold and pink. So the violet is the one I'm going to go for first. Okay, so load up your brush and just paint along the outside of the books and also along those wonderful bars across them. You don't have to do every single one, but just that touch of purple, and perhaps even in between the books, lifts it again. I'm going to use a little bit of pink and just add that to some of the books that have got red on them. Now some gold, and just do some of this wonderful binding. Okay, so that's our books. Turn your card around because we're going to colour in the leaves of the mistletoe. Just gently, if you've got the long detailing brush, it's just a couple of swipes on that leaf either side of the white line, and it basically leaves an outline. So when you lift this up to the light, you've got some wonderful colours going on. Okay, so I'm going to grab my Elements Ink Mermaid and my Series 9 stencil brush and try and build up the depth of this frame that's around it. Okay, so there's that one. And we're going to add a tiny touch of Elements Ink Merlot to the outside edge here. And this helps balance the purple at the bottom. So that's what our card is looking like at the moment. Take your Mondelez red pencil even, and where you can see touches of red, just make sure they look like red again, because this will be important when we come to balance the card. Don't worry, we're not putting it on scales or anything. It's all about balancing the colour. I want a little bit of white on my mice and some gold on this wonderful trumpet, and very lightly apply a touch of gold to that trumpet. I'm going to use a white Posca pen to just bring these mistletoe berries back to life. It's starting to look like a wonderful Christmas story, isn't it? Now you can put any words you like above the top here, but I'm going to go with Find Your Harmony, and I'm going to go with Sentiment Stickers 6. Okay, so we are looking for Find Your Harmony. Now sometimes you have to be a little bit inventive and cut some of the phrases up. We've got Find Your Peace and Live in Harmony, and I'm going to chop those up to create Find Your Harmony. And remember, when doing this, don't try and do it in a straight line, because 9 times out of the 10 it'll be wonky. Go straight for the wonky. Okay, find your harmony. If you take purely tacky clean colour real brush pens for doing the shadow underneath, take a very pale colour. I generally go for like a skin colour or the palest of pale greys. They tend to be brilliant for this. Go with the skin colour first because we've got a pale background. And it just makes it look like this was always meant to be here. So if you go underneath and up a little on the right hand side, yeah, find your harmony. Now, there are some wonderful mushrooms in this world, and we've got some new mushroom stickers. There are these stunning fly agaric type toadstools. So we're going to add a little bit of fungi to this card. So can you see these wonderful red and white stickers? We're going to go with the smallest of the small, really, on top of the books. So we want about 4 of them. Find a couple of them. And because they've got these transparent backgrounds, my goodness me, they just disappear, and it's like the Lavinia world and reality is just melding into one. And anyway, I could wax lyrical all day. It's amazing because it looks like they're growing out the top of those books. How cool is that? Then I want 2 rather large ones. So I'm going to go for this one, and I'm going to again put them at a slightly wonky angle. just love this red with the purple that we've put on the books. It looks amazing. And you can see that some of these I'm sticking so that they are off the card. But that's okay. Turn your card around and just chop them so they are flush with the size of the card. I mean, we could even put some more there. It's completely up to you, but I would say be careful of falling into a trap I always fall into, and I have to hold your ponies, Pam. Don't do it. Don't put too much on the card. Anyway, let's add some sparkly red Posca pen, and we're going to pop that in the notes because we're adding a touch of red to this scene. Sparkly, lovely, seasonal red. Doesn't that look fab? Just going to take a couple of little orbs because I like them, and it helps it look like we've got some movement happening. And with all this dancing going on and music, there's got to be dancing too, surely. And there you have it, my friends. We have completed a rather fun and festive card, and it's full of some amazing fungi. I hope you've enjoyed making this card with me. It's been fabulous to have your company. Thank you so much for joining me. You be a fun guy. Have fun. I'll see you again soon. Bye.